Hello, welcome. This is Patty Bennett. I am very happy you are here today to see these beautiful One Horse Open Sleigh cards and to talk about the new Stampin' Up! Online exclusive release for July 2023. So, this is a live Facebook video, one of my weekly videos. Today is the last day of June 2023. It's June 30th. So if you're joining live, I should be able to see your comments, and I would love for you to say hello so that I know that you're here. Hi, Tammy. Welcome. If you're watching a replay, I'm going to suggest that you skip ahead just about 2 minutes because I always like to come on just a moment early, make sure that technology is working and that I have everything set up and that everything is good. And then once that's all figured out, we say hello to everybody who's joining live, and then the show will begin because I can't wait to show you these pretty cards, give you some coloring tips. I have a huge tip for using this suite. We're going to talk about the other online exclusives that are starting on July 6th. And I'm here to answer your questions about online exclusives because this is a new program with Stampin' Up! And I know that it can be confusing when they introduce, well, when anyone introduces something new. Hi, Stacy, Linda, Kathy, Brooke, John, Judy, Nora, Hannah, Christina, Rosie. Oh my goodness, so many people jumping on. Hello, everybody. Hi, Shan. I just realized we have some people on here from our Love to Stamp group. That is my Stampin' Up! Downline, as we call it, our team. And I forgot to post there this morning saying that I would be showing these live. So I'll just post the replay there later. Speaking of replays, tomorrow you will be able to find the replay of this on my blog at pattystamps.com. It will also be on my YouTube channel, which is Patty Stamps or Patty Bennett on YouTube. And the replay is always available here on my Facebook page as well. So just depends where you like to watch it. Some people don't have Facebook. Some people prefer not to go to a blog or, whatever. And so that's fine. That's why I try to provide several different places for you to view this. Hi, Keisha. How are you? Hi, Donna, Chelsea, Evelyn, Carrie, Holly, Patricia, Jeanne, Margaret, Tina. Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I am so glad that you are here. I think we're officially at the top of the hour, so let's go ahead and get started. All right. So if you're new, you may be wondering, what does online exclusives mean? What is this? What are we talking about? Why can't I find this in the catalog? So online exclusives is a new program, and I'm sorry if this is a repeat, but I know that a lot of people either didn't see this back in February, I think I talked about this and showed this, or this is new and they weren't paying attention and maybe you don't know what this is all about. So here's the schedule that I made up for myself so that I could remember what Stampin' Up! Is doing with their catalog and product releases. I was just looking at Keisha's name and I called them releases. Keisha, you made me say that. Anyway, so back to this. Here's the calendar of a year. And so for 2023, and I know this could change in the future, but at least for this year, Stampin' Up! Is releasing they did release a mini catalog in January. The new annual catalog was released in May, so it's been out for 2 months. And another mini catalog, which we all lovingly call the holiday catalog, will come out in September. So to fill in the gaps of those 3 releases, they are doing 3 online exclusives. And I just used a huge O to designate online releases. So in March, I just screen grabbed this off my blog. We had the Tropical Leaf Bundle, Growth Takes Time, Elegant Borders, the Rhino Ready Bundle, Radiating Stitches Dies, Gold and Silver Trim, Hello Irresistible, which this is, somebody's at my door. Well, I'm not going to be able to answer that. Oh yeah. Hello Irresistible, that has some designer paper and a bundle, as well as some cute little dots. And I meant to check to see if these are still available, and I forgot. There is this beautiful foil paper in silver, gold, and copper, the alphabet stamp set. It's not a die set, it's a stamp set. And then 2 circle punches. So that was March of 2023. Now, here's the thing with online exclusives. Tammy says it's not me. Yep. Okay. It's not you. I don't know. It's probably our neighbor. They're moving out this week and I'm just so sad to see them go. So I will have to catch up with them later. But, with online releases, the idea is these products show up online, not in a catalog. They may sell out quickly, such as the Rhino Dies and Rhino set. That went away very quickly. It sold out. Actually, some of these things did sell out quickly, but they decided since they were popular, they reordered more. But I think that was the case with some of the Hello Irresistible products, and I think the Radiating Stitches dies went away for a while and they've reordered them. So we don't know with this program what is going to go away like forever, what is going to sell out quickly, and what is going to be reordered. We don't know. So yes, that could be frustrating. The moral of the story is if you see something you like, get it early in the release period. So July, tomorrow is July, but this doesn't start until the 6th, Thursday, the 6th of July. If you see something I talk about today and you're thinking, I really kind of want that, I would try to order it on July 6th, if at all possible, because we don't know if things will sell out or if things will go away permanently or if things will come back. So the things I'm talking about today will be released this coming Thursday, and I'm doing it today because my next live wouldn't be until the 7th. And what if something sold out and then you're really sad and then I'm sad that you're sad and, you know, all that. So there's that. And then the next online release will be November. So this is on my blog today at pattystamps.com. If you missed this back in February and March when I sold it and you want to print it out or pin it, keep it handy for your own reference, you're welcome to. I just made it, I think, with Word or something. I don't know. But you're welcome to have that as a reference. Let me just see. There was some questions, I think. Thank you. Lori says frosted dots are still available. That is so good to know. I think I'm going to... Oh, they're the loose embellishments. That's right. That's why I couldn't find them in my embellishment container, because they're loose. Now I have to figure out where I put those. All right. Thank you for that reminder. Let's see. Will the March ones go away in July? No, Jeanne. So that's a good point. I kind of forgot to include that. Lots of these things are still available and will be available until they sell out. And you'll notice even in our annual catalog, they have highlighted these dies and the Hello Irresistible suite, as well as this foil paper. And I can't remember I think the leaf punch is in there. Elegant Borders dies are in there. Now, to me, that says either they ordered a lot or they're willing to keep reordering, because if you highlight it in the annual catalog that's good for a year, I would think these things would keep coming back. But again, there is no promise on that. So to say this is a little confusing is putting it mildly, and that's why I want to try to give you all the information and answer your questions today. Let's see, any other questions so far? I see a lot of people jumped on. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you joining here. So today we're talking about the online exclusives that will be released July 6th. In addition to this suite that we're going to talk about today, the One Horse Open Sleigh suite, I'm going to show you my projects, show you some coloring tips and whatnot. This was provided to demonstrators. We are allowed to share this, so I can show you that. You can see here there's going to be a stamp set that looks like stained glass. So for those who love to color, perfect, right? And look at this adorable truck stamp and punch. Okay, so we know that's coming. And then we'll talk about the sleigh. And I also have samples with this new, this is called Timeless Charm. If you want to see those at the end, let me know, and I'll show you those as a sneak peek. I think I will review that next Friday in depth on my live. So demonstrators were able to participate in an event called Creativity Live last Friday, June 24th. They showed us more of these products, more samples, more ideas, tips, etc. We are not allowed to share that. I checked with compliance yesterday, and we are not allowed to share screenshots or anything else that we, well, I'll just say that. We're not allowed to share it. So the only thing we can share is when we have our actual products from pre-order, which I was able to pre-order, all demonstrators were, and we make things and we have our product, then we can share it. So that's all I can tell you about this adorable truck punch and stamp set. I will tell you this, my gut feeling is this is going to sell out quickly unless they have ordered, like 90,000 of them, and I have no idea because they won't tell us. So this is going to be super popular. If you're interested, I would get them on July 6th. Just saying. I don't have a crystal ball, but just saying. So they've also given us this flyer to share. So again, they're sharing the One Horse Open Sleigh, the paper, which we're going to look at, and this cute Timeless Charm, which I've worked with that. I've made 5 samples, so I'll show you that. So here we have the stamp set and dies that we'll be using today, the paper and the snowflakes. This is the One Horse Open Sleigh Suite. The Timeless Charm Bundle, which I'll show you later if you want to see those samples. I'm happy to share. I blew this up just a little bit because I know that sometimes the flyers are small. So again, we'll look at that today. This is on my blog today as a reference. If you want the pricing or the ordering codes, if you want to get your shopping list ready, it's on my blog today. Also on my blog today is the supply list of everything else that I used on the projects today. So these are things that can be ordered right now, and the other things that are available July 6th, you can't order until July 6th. So there's that. So I just wanted to give you all the info. I'm one to give you the roadmap, all the info, the overview, the big picture. I'm sorry for anybody who thinks that's super boring, but I personally love a roadmap. Okay, yes. And to find the online exclusives, you would want to look at stampinup.com, which basically takes you to the online store. And then on the left side, when you click on shop, there's a view all button, and it brings up a big list on the left side, and online exclusives is there. I do believe they are working on making it a tab up at the top for easier location, but I don't know when that's happening. So for now, you would click on view all, and then online exclusives is on the left side. It's one of the many tabs that you can click on to view our products. Oh, the transparent flowers. Yes, I will be showing that soon. That does not come out until September in the holiday catalog, so I won't be sharing that quite yet. It's too early to show that for my business model. For people that can't get it for 2 months, that it's just too early. But thank you for asking, Barbara. Let's see. Any other questions? Excuse me, I'm just looking at the live comments. Oh, yes. Patty says she needs to get the truck punch. Totally. Okay. Thank you, Jamie. She says they're gorgeous cards. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. I had a lot of fun making these. Let me tell you, though, star of the show for the One Horse Open Sleigh is the Designer Series paper pack. So I want to go through this quickly to show you. There are 48 6x6 sheets, and I'll just kind of start laying out some of these background patterns or scenes. I'm not sure. I guess you'd call them a scene, right? So I'm just going to lay them out kind of quickly, 4 at a time, to show you. Look at these amazing designs. I mean, just how like I'm speechless. Okay, so there's 12 different designs like this. You get 4 of everything, so you can make plenty of cards. Aren't they gorgeous? Yes, Tracy, they are so pretty. Oh my gosh, they're so amazing. And then the back sides are just your kind of general purpose patterns and colors. And like this one looks like, well, like fabric almost, right? I was going to say burlap, and that's not the right word. But you have little dots and little patterns. You have splatters. You have some trees. This is, I don't know, almost like a netting kind of a look. Love this one. Very versatile. So just some ideas there for you on what this paper pack consists of. Again, 4 of everything. So you have lots and lots and lots to choose from. Whoops. So let's now talk about the cards and what I did. And I have to tell you, I think I have like a magic weapon here. So I'm going to pull out a couple of the ones that I used so that we can look at that. I don't want to make you dizzy. Oh, I use this one later. I'm going to set this over here. Oh yeah, I have a bonus project for you too, if you want to see that at the end. So I think I used those. So I want to talk about something real quick here. This paper stack, since it is 6 by 6, if you have a regular size card front, you can see that you're only going to get, you know, not a lot of it, right? You might kind of get the main part, but then you're going to miss a lot of the scene. So here was my secret weapon, and you've all probably figured this out. You're probably like, yep, I am 40 years ahead of you. The Assorted Memories and More Cards and Envelope Pack. These card bases are 4 by 6. So this is just a full pack. I open up mine and I put the 4 by 6s in one pack and I put the 3 by 4s in another. So that's why you'll see me have separate packs here. But when you have the larger, when you have a 4 by 6 card base to work with, and they are scored, but I still like to give a little fold with my bone folder. So when you use a larger format, look at this. All of a sudden, you don't miss anything side to side because it's 6. All you have to do is adjust this direction. Here, can you see that? Up or down, and kind of cut where you want to have your piece. So you can see here that really in the end, I didn't miss a whole lot of this design. So this, I think, is going to be the key to using this 6 by 6 scenery type paper, is to get those 4 by 6 card bases. They're actually 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So you're getting 4 1/4 tall. You can cut it to 4 1/4 tall, and you can get the whole 6 inches. So anyway, I don't know about you, but I thought this was a pretty good idea. And if you have the Bright and Beautiful Memories and More card pack from the current annual catalog, you can use those. I'm going to show you how I used one of these. And if you kept the Enjoy the Adventure pack from the last, it was the January to April catalog, the one that we used to call Occasions. These, I think, would be fabulous, either of these. So I'm really glad that I kept a couple packs of these, because you can see the blues and greens, and then even this yellow, I think, would look really good with one of those. So if you've kept those are the 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 format. Great for this. Oh, and there was one more. This was, I think, was this last year's annual? And again, I'm glad I kept these, because even though you might think, well, that doesn't look very Christmassy or holiday or whatever, but if you just take one of these and you cut your scenery to 4 by 6, it's going to cover up most of that, and it doesn't really matter, but at least you have that large card base to work with. So several options with 4 by 6 format. So that was the first tip that I wanted to give you. So that was this one. And then this one, let's see, which one? This was this. This one was this piece. And yes, on the back, so when I cut this to 4 1/4 inches tall, the back is this red splatter, which I love, 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 love this red splatter. I love this. And I thought, whoa, 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 look at this. So what I did was cut 2 little strips, and I just lined that extra edge because, again, remember the card is 6 1/4 wide, paper is 6, so you have a little 1/8 of an inch. And I thought, whoa, that just made the red pop. So there's an alternate tip for you for designing with the 4 by 6 cards. So that one was this piece. And then this one, this card was this piece. And I want to show you something fun. If you were with me last week, and I'm giggling because I kind of teased you with something. Somebody had mentioned I should use the Gone Fishing bundle. And I said, no, 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 no. I don't like live fish. I don't fish. Live fish creep me out. So sorry for any of you who love to fish. It's just something I can't handle. Like some people don't like spiders, whatever. I don't like live fish. So, but I told you, but I bought it because I was going to do something with it. So this die is in the Gone Fishing bundle. And I bought this die set for that die and for this big die because I'm going to use it for these little framed pieces. Okay, so with that die, I cut out this scene. So I just kind of moved it around until I liked it, until I could frame it. Now I know it's cutting off some of the edge. You're not using the full 6 inches, but I just really thought that this was kind of a cool look. It looks almost like you're kind of looking out a window from another cabin over at the other cabin and you're watching this sleigh go by. And I also want to show you a tip for making this tree because I came up with something that I thought was just kind of a little bit cool. And this is another way to use these scenes. So those were those 3 that I used. And then, wait, I haven't, oh, here it is. I was like, I know I made a 4th card. Let me grab out of the pack the piece that I made, that I used. It's the one with all the yellow. Where'd you go? I know it's here. Please hold. I will find it. I don't want to flip all these in front of you because it'll make everybody dizzy. Oh, here it is. Okay, I used that piece. And I had seen an idea online for using this image and the die just in black, making a silhouette. And I was going to do that, and I looked up and I had a piece of Misty Moonlight cardstock on my desk, and I thought, oh, that would look good. And so I just stamped it and used it kind of as a silhouette, but you can still see the image. So for anyone who is thinking, you know, I love these cards, I love this idea, but there's no way I'm coloring all that, there's an idea for you. You don't have to color it. And I actually, you probably can't tell, but I don't know if you can see, I actually die cut 3 of them and glued them all together. It lifts it up off the page. So when you feel this in person, it's really cool. It's thick, but it's not thick like dimensionals. So I liked that idea. And the reason that I wanted to try out this paper. So you can see here on the full sheet, you almost have like some pinks or flirty flamingos, yellows, oranges. And what came to mind was these bright and beautiful card bases. So we talked about this at the beginning about using the 4x6, well, 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 format. So I used this design. It's just this kind of ombre pink that comes in this package. And my thought was, oh, because, you know, it'll pick up kind of the pinks in here, but then I ended up cutting off the top and basically covering the pinks in the middle. So in a way, it didn't really end up showing as much as I thought, but you know, you barely see any of that pink anyway. And I just thought, oh, it's just a different look. It's kind of more of a, maybe a sunset or a sunrise sort of a feel. And I thought, oh, it works. It's fine. At least I'm using up those cards. So that was this one. So those were the 4 that I made. And like I said, I do have a bonus one to show you later if you'd like to see it. And that's my funny gone fishing story, because I know some of you would giggle about that. Let me just catch up on the live comments. Thanks, Julie. Hi, Jason. Thanks, Debbie. Thank you. Oh, good. Rosemarie says hers is arriving tomorrow. Do you have to add extra postage for the larger envelope? No, you don't. If you just send the card like this and you're not adding lots of extra weight or lots of extra layers or lots of thickness, it does not need extra postage. No. It's always a good thing. I don't know where this snowflake just came off of. Somewhere. It's always a good thing, you know, to check with your post office. I don't want you to get in trouble or have postage due, but for my experience, no, I have not had to add extra. Let's see. Patty says, thanks for the reminder of this card pack that those will sell out to use with 6x6. Yeah, they might sell out. I would get them soon. Yes, you could use leftover strips on the envelopes. The only problem, Shan, is this paper is 6 and the envelopes are not that big. So it doesn't cover the flap. You have to use a different, like you have to get your 12 by 12 paper out to do flaps. So it doesn't quite cover. So yeah, that is one issue with that. Let's see. Oh, Kathy says this is the best DSP Stampin' Up! Ever came up with. I think it is definitely one of the top 5. I really do. When is the trunk punch available? Lillian, maybe you missed our beginning. It will be available July 6th. And I was saying that anything that you see today that I've talked about, I would be on there online on July 6th to order it. Let's see. Let me just check any other questions. Can you show the 4? Yes, I will show the 4 cards again. Thank you. I'm glad you like the ideas. And okay. Yes, let me show the 4 cards. And I'm going to demonstrate some tips and show you how I made this tree because I think it's pretty cool. I thought it was a fun idea. I played around until I came up with something I loved. So those are those 4. Let's see, did I get those on screen? And they are all going to be on pattystamps.com tomorrow. All of these will be there, shots of each one, so that if you want to pin them or however you like to save them, you will be able to see them all together tomorrow. All right, let's see. Oh, Sandy says she loves my out-of-the-box way of thinking. Thank you. Julie, yes, the large cards and envelopes are the Stampin' Up! Memories and More. It's called Assorted Cards and Envelopes. So you have your 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 and your 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 with envelopes. And so that's why I was saying I loved this format rather than using your regular size. So you can see here that you get extra size beyond what a regular size is. And Julie, I showed some other alternatives if you want to watch the replay later. All right, let's see. Yes, I was explaining that the online exclusives category is there. It's under shop, under stampinup.com, the online store, and you click view all, and it is a category there. So yes, it is there. Alrighty, so let's look at this card, and I'll show you some tips. I'm going to show you this funny tree that I came up with. I love this. I love this idea. So here is the tree stamp in the set. If you missed the beginning, we have the it's the One Horse Open Sleigh Suite. The stamp set and dies are called Horse and Sleigh. So you might hear me refer to it both ways. These are only shown at 80%, so everything is bigger. And I wanted to show you a tip for making this tree, and then I die cut it out. So I used Lost Lagoon and Mossy Meadow ink, and I used sponge daubers, and I used my, not basic black, my copper clay. This is the regular Stampin' Write marker. This is not a blend. I'm going to be coloring on the photopolymer. You never want to color on this with your alcohol markers because you just don't want to do it. It won't come off. So this is the regular water-based copper clay Stampin' Write markers from the new In Color set of 5 colors. So that's the supplies I'm going to use. And I inked the entire image with Lost Lagoon. And I know you might be thinking, a blue tree? The woman's lost her marbles, but no, I haven't. I did that because the background of most of these papers are blue, and I thought it would look pretty, but we're going to doctor it up a little. So sponge dauber, Mossy Meadow, and random, just a couple spots, just random ink. And then copper clay marker, I'm coloring right on top of the tree trunk. Just getting some of the blue off. And then just kind of loosely, a little bit on a couple of the branches. Not really trying to totally fill it in, just give a little hint there. And then I'm just going to moisten that a little with my hot air. I have plenty of that. And stamp. And then a couple more things. So then I'm going to use my Lost Lagoon dauber and Lost Lagoon ink. And I'm just lightly going to give it a little color. Oops, wrong color. Oh my gosh. Okay. Mossy Meadow. Again, just a little bit of filling in. And this can be messy because we're going to die cut it, so don't worry about that. Take my copper clay marker, and I'm just like a little bit kind of haphazardly filling in. I don't want that super solid. And I think I'm going to grab, let's see what this color looks like. It's a little too orangey. Let's see about, oh, that's really orangey. We'll find one. Yeah, that's better. Just gonna like lightly fill in. This is the number 900 Stampin' Blend, just to give it like a little bit of, I don't know, just, color. And then this die will cut these out, this tree image. So you can see that it didn't matter that we went outside the actual stamped image there. I'm going to cut this out. Please hold. And so there you have just a really cool looking tree that has color and lights and darks, and it's not just one solid color. And you can see that it just will lend itself beautifully to the colors in this paper when you're making a card with this. So there's your funny tree tip. You are welcome to try it or change up the colors. Try it with other stamp sets. If you have other sets that have trees, you could try that as well. Thank you, Julie. Thanks, Debbie. Blue spruce. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. What was... Yes, Jeanne, the online exclusives hopefully will come as a tab soon at the top of the online store. So there's that tip. Let me clean my tree. Awesome. So do you want to see coloring tips for horse and sleigh? Or you feel confident in coloring that? Don't want to bore you. While you're chatting in about that, I want to show you something really interesting here. Do I have it? Yes, I have it. All right. I'm going to get I'll use this for a pointer. So I want to show you something that you may not have even noticed this, but once you see it, I think you'll say like, aha, this is such a good tip. Do you see any difference between these two horse and sleigh images? I want to show you what I did. When I stamped in Memento ink on white and I colored it in and then die cut it, basically this is what you're going to get. The die, let me show you because it's just sort of a big outline. Okay, so the die is going to give you an outline around the horse, around the sleigh, and in between here and here. Do you see all that white paper? So do you see the difference on this one? I took my light pool party and I lightly colored in all that white so that you do not have the white outline around those. And do you see how much, in my opinion, how much more this becomes part of the scene as opposed to looking like a die cut that was stuck onto the paper? I think you can really see it. Can you see it? No, one is not bigger, but so let me show you up close. Let me see if this is helpful. So now can you see the difference of having all of this white space, especially right here and right there, as opposed to that? And I think to my eye, it looks better colored in a little bit with the light pool party. Now, of course, it would depend. You wouldn't color with light pool party on this one because that just wouldn't go. But on this one, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And I'm just going to show you, because there's no turning back now. Now that we've started, we have to do the whole thing. I think it just makes it look much more like part of the scene. I think that was really bad grammar. Much more? Okay, whatever. Somebody can correct me. This right here especially is what was bugging me. That whole thing right there with the reins. I mean, I'm not a horse person, but I know those are reins. That was bugging me. And I think by filling that in, then we make this feel like it is just sort of part of the scene and not like die cut art that was added. There we go. And you know from last week, if you were watching and we were talking about how Stampin' Blends dry and soak into the paper and change color a little bit, this will lighten even more and it will just blend right into that background. So I'm really kind of tickled that I tried that and was brave enough to try it. And that I think it looks great. Oh, thank you. Yes. Oh, you love it. Oh, good. Everybody says they love it. Great tip. Awesome. Give me a heart or a thumbs up if you think that that's something you might try then with the light pool party. And again, it's not going to be, for every single piece of the designer paper, but at least for these and for several, it's going to work really nicely. Oh, good. I see hearts and thumbs up. Yay. I want to give you one tip here on the snowy snow mounds, snow banks, I don't know, whatever you want to call those. These two dies right here are for the snow banks. I cut them with white scraps that were on my table, and I also cut them with the Lost Lagoon soft shimmer paper, and I just layered them so that it would kind of have an outline, and I thought that looked really good. I think that looks really fun. I thought that was a really fun tip. This piece, I wasn't sure what it was for. And I heard that it is supposed to be added to the sleigh. Okay. You can let me know what you think. I die cut it. And I can't make it work well. Like, any way I turn it, it doesn't match up. And I don't know if I'm just being dense or if that was false information about the fact that it's supposed to go on there. I don't know. I don't know where it goes. It doesn't. Oh, right there. Okay, I don't know. In my brain, it was supposed to go down here like a shadow. There we go. So I was being dense. I'm so sorry. I was being so dense. So that's where it goes. Ta-da! I like that, actually. I might just glue that right on there. I really like that. Well, I'm glad I worked that out with you all. Let's glue it on. Oh my goodness. You're probably all laughing at me thinking, oh my goodness, what a dipsy doodle. Why didn't she figure that out? But in my brain, it was supposed... Come on, Tom. It was supposed to be... Okay, we'll try our other combo. It was supposed to be the shadow, and I wasn't thinking the top. All right, so is this right? Yep, this is it. And if you're saying, why aren't you using the Stampin' Up! Tweezers? I'll tell you the funny story about the Stampin' Up! Tweezers. So Stampin' Up! Came out with an embossing kit where it had tweezers and trays and an embossing buddy. And when it was released, I ordered it immediately. And the absolute weirdest thing on earth is that when I was unboxing it all, the tweezers dropped somewhere. And I went to pick them up, and I swear they are gone. I've looked for months all over in my craft room. They're gone. They're just gone. Like they've vanished into thin air. I dumped out my recycle bin. I dumped out my garbage can. They're nowhere. They are nowhere. So I have trays that I didn't really need because I already had trays. I have an embossing buddy that I already had one, and I have no tweezers. So anyway, I just use an old pair of MAC tweezers that are from my bathroom. So there we go. So yes, it is a very cool accent on the sleigh, and I'm so happy that we worked that out together because I think that is stunning. Oh, and let me show you what that's from. This is from the luster paper, the in color luster paper. So this is copper clay. Can you see how it's shiny and pretty? I love the luster paper. I just ordered 2 extra packages of it because I think it's stunning. So that's what that paper was. Okay, Yay! Yes, now we know where the S goes, Barbara. Yes, I am glad I tried it, Debbie. It is a very nice finishing touch. Yeah, it does drive me nuts too, Gian, when I can't figure something out. All right, anything else? Any questions? I'm just looking back. Okay, let's see. On top, thank you, Jay. So Jay knew, and I didn't know. Jay, I bet you had that on one of your cards, and I didn't even notice because I was looking for it. To me, it was the shadow. And that's where I was looking to put it. But I bet you did it, and I didn't. I missed it. So anyway, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Jay's the master here. All right. Oh, Kirsten says, dang it, now I need this bundle. Kathy's going to go play with it. Jay says he hasn't got that. Jay, you did a whole presentation with this. Oh, the luster paper, I bet you're talking about this. Okay, yeah. Alrighty, so let's talk about coloring. And now I'm all nervous because Jay's on here and he's the master of coloring with Stampin Blends. And now I'm all nervous. Man. I don't know what happened to my little... Don't you love it when stuff is literally right there and then it disappears? So I'm just opening a new pack. Please hold. I was looking for my little 8x8 grid paper because I know we don't sell this anymore, but I stocked up when I saw that it was retiring because I just think this stuff is fabulous. All right, so now we have a new sheet, a new pad. Oh my gosh, now I'm so nervous. Jay, oh my gosh, now I'm nervous. Okay, I'll do my best. I'll do my best. So here we have, and you know, I love to swatch all my colors when I'm going to be coloring. So I have Copper Clay Light. I have from the Neutrals collection, or are they called natural tones or neutral? I think maybe they're called natural tones. I think I did this right. And by the way, I have a chart on my blog tomorrow that tells you which pack, because Stampin' Up! Renamed it, and it's called like light, medium, medium dark, and dark, I think. Anyway, originally this is what they were called, and then they renamed it. So I have a chart for you that will help you with that. So I pulled out 7, 8, and 900. Okay, there's 900. There's 700. I must be missing. Here they are. And here's 800, 7, 8, and 900. And then I also used a little bit of wild wheat on the horse, even though I didn't swatch it. And I have got Lost Lagoon, that's some other language maybe, Lost Lagoon and Pool Party for my sleigh. And a tip that I have been recently reminded about by Jay, who is on here, is to use your watercolor pencils to add shading without adding more Stampin' Blend color. This is important because you don't want to completely oversaturate your paper and make the lines bleed. So when you can add a little bit of depth and extra color with a watercolor pencil instead of more ink, that's always a good thing. And I did a whole video on that after taking Jay and Barry's masterclass in coloring, and I will do my best to remember to link that for you. Let's see. Natural. Thank you. 136 in the catalog, natural tones. I don't know why I was calling them neutral. All right. Yes, luster paper. Thank you, Jay. At first I was thinking, how can you not have the sleigh? You've done a whole amazing presentation on it. Alrighty, so when you're coloring with your Stampin' Blends, you can do whatever works for you. What I show you is what works for me and what I like to do. My preference is start with my darkest, which in this case is Dark Lost Lagoon. And I add my darkest color, then I go to my next darkest color, and then I go to my lights, and then I kind of blend in again, once again with the lights. I am using the bullet tip, which I don't really often use, but I really want to saturate some of this color in here. So this is giving me a lot more color than using the brush tip. So now kind of next to and partially on top of the dark Lost Lagoon, I'm going to put some light Lost Lagoon. And then I am going to use my dark Pool Party, fill in there, and then just sort of blend over. And you can see how that gives you that depth where you go from dark to light, and it gives you kind of that shadow area. And then what I was talking about with the watercolor pencils, you can do black, you could do a gray, you could do a matching blue or green, whatever you'd like. I actually still have this Bermuda Bay from before, and I know this one retired with the last package, but it is absolutely perfect, and I know a lot of you already have this. So if you blend very light hand, very lightly in the darker areas, do you see how that just darkened that up without adding more moisture? And I'm probably not doing this justice, Jay, because I know you're the master of this, but that's the down and dirty, easy peasy, super quick way to do it. And, you know, if you ever want to lighten, you can always grab the color lifter and just use it sort of as a blender or a lightening tool. You can see how it pulls up the color. And you give that a minute or two, and you'll see that that lightened even more. So there's my quick and dirty way of coloring the sleigh. And then I'll give you a few tips on the horse. Oh, thank you, Jay. He's so kind. So kind. A few tips on the horse, depending on, you can see the difference here of a lighter or darker. And I think this one's even darker. So here, I'll put those kind of in order so that you can see the difference. I'm just going to make sure I've got those on screen. Give it a moment to catch up. Yes. Okay. So you can see I've got a fairly light horse, a medium horse, and a darker horse. So this horse, I used the copper clay light and dark, in addition to some of these natural tones. This one I did mostly the 7, 8, and 900 with copper clay. This one I did mostly the 8 and 900 and did my shadows with the 700. So you can make your horse like totally, you know, whatever you want. Doesn't even have to be brown. It could be whatever color horse you want. If you really want to go quick, make it a white horse and just add a couple of, like, probably 800. Is this 800? Just maybe if you just sort of shadowed in just a very little bit, just a tiny bit, and then use your color lifter to blend that and lighten it and soften it, you could just make it a white horse, and then you really don't even have to worry about other colors or shading. So you give that just a minute and that will lighten and you just have a white horse. So there you go. You don't even have to be really particular about adding lots of color. But let's go ahead. I think I'll do some 700. And just kind of guessing, you know, where the light might sort of hit the horse, where he might have some, or she might have some darker colors. That was 700. That's like the darker of those three, the darkest of those three. And then the medium one would be the 800. I'm all for just sort of like the quick and loose, almost a watercolor effect in coloring with my blends. I know Jay, who is on here, he's very, very, very detailed. I'm sure this horse would take half an hour for Jay to color because he's super amazingly meticulous, and that is amazing. He's amazing. He's the master. I did just rejoin his master class. I posted about that on my Facebook page. Was it yesterday? Day before, maybe? And he has a wonderful six-month program of coloring, a master class of coloring. And if you would like to participate in that, go look a couple of posts back here on my Facebook page and you will see that info. Jay, if you want to post the link here on this live chat, you are more than welcome to. It's amazing. It's a Zoom event, so you get to... Wait, I want 900. Sorry, I'm talking. I'm not thinking. It's a Zoom event, so you can watch him live. You can ask questions, or you can watch replays. There's a private Facebook group. So if you are interested in really learning more and learning Jay's techniques, then he has that. I do have a series of Stampin Blends videos. I have lots of them on my YouTube channel, so you have that resource as well. I think maybe this one with these tips might be the 27th one I've done. I don't know. I've done a lot. So there, I'm just adding some wild wheat for just sort of a different tone. And then let's just color in. Let's use Lost Lagoon for, I don't know what this is called. I don't really know much about horses, so I apologize to anybody yelling through the screen telling me what this is called. I think that part is the bridle, but I don't know what this thing is that goes around the chest. So I'm just being brave and I'm using Lost Lagoon on that. Last tip here is if you have the watercolor pencils, use your black to color in these two black portions, because on all of mine, I never got them like super well stamped. Or you can use your black marker. You can use the Stampin Blend and just sort of give that a little fill in. And then I think I kind of just hit the hooves a little bit with some black. Just a little bit. Kind of grounds the horse a little bit. So there are my coloring tips for the sleigh and the horse, and all of these parts, like the blanket, the gifts, the whatever this is supposed to be, you can do any colors. Those are teeny little areas. Those don't take long to figure out. But, oh, thank you, Anne. She says, Jay and Patty are both amazing teachers. You are so kind. So kind of you. Oh, good. Pat signed up. Good. I'm so glad you did. Thanks, Evelyn. Thank you, Stacy. Yes, he is the master. Jay is amazing. All right. Hang on. There's other tips. There's more tips. There's more tips. Oh my gosh, we've been going an hour already. This felt like about 10 minutes. I also used the snowflakes that are in this suite. So there are white, gold, and copper snowflakes. I added them to several of the cards, not all. They're hard to see on here, but when you have this in person, you can see them. So I did use those. And, oh, which card? This one. This card, I used some copper clay cardstock. I used my copper clay Stampin' Blend. You can see I scribbled loosely and die cut the trees. And you may not see it on camera, but when you see this in person, the tree has darks and lights. And I like that more than just die cutting this die right here, than just die cutting straight from plain cardstock. So that's one thing that you can do just for some sort of added interest. The other thing I did was I used the copper clay luster paper. So that can give you a beautiful tree. And the other thing I did, I used this paper from the Earth and Elegance, and I die cut some of the trees with that, and you can see that that's going to give you lots of good lights and darks. You could turn it this way. You can do whatever you'd like, but look at your stuff, look at your stash, look at the things that you have, and think about other ways to use other products. So I have another card, and it's just sort of a bonus. And then if you want to see the timeless charm, I'll show you that real quickly because I know we've already been going an hour. And then I will be doing timeless charm next week on July 7th. Yeah, the scribbling is a great little way to just add some interest and just have something that's not completely 100% plain. So any questions so far on any of that before I move on? Oh, Susan, you'll have to watch the replay. I'm sorry you came in late. Great. Thank you, Jay. Jay posted his coloring masterclass link. Awesome. All right. Let's see what else here. Yeah, Glenda says it makes her feel cooler looking at the snow scenes. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So let me show you this card. I had this in my mind the minute that I saw this new paper. Let me show you this one. You might recognize this background piece. This is from Grassy Grove. This is a bundle that's been around a while. And if you... Sorry, this shifted. Hang on one second. If you take the Grassy Grove die and you frame it with the deckled rectangle. Okay, so I did that, and then I used some Post-it flags to hold this down. It looks like it's going to need another one. Okay, and then you die cut all at once. You're going to get this. Okay, I didn't realize that you need some kind of a border, because when you die cut it, you just get that. And I went, oh. So that's why I then die cut the rectangle, deckled rectangle, and that piece all together, and you get that. But the reason I'm showing you is because it is this piece from this new One Horse Open Sleigh designer paper package that I put there as the part that you're looking into, like through this forest. And I thought it turned out really pretty. Right here, those are those copper clay luster in color luster copper clay trees that I showed you that I die cut. This one is from that Earth and Elegance. And these little snow banks are just from the dies in this One Horse Open Sleigh. So I kind of, instead of making this a grassy grove, I made it a snowy grove. A snowy, well, you know what I mean. Does that make sense? Oh. Mary, I think so. Yes, I think I've tried it. Let me try that in just a second. So I just wanted to show you that. That's another one that I came up with. I don't have a date yet for what day that'll be on my blog, but it will be there. My point was, though, look at other things that you have. You could totally die cut the deer, the trees, any of this, and you could add it to this paper. And I think that would just be fabulous. So, question was, can you color or scribble on the luster paper? So let's grab a Stampin Blend, and I'm going to let that dry for just a second and see if that dries. Oh, my stomach's growling. I'm hungry for lunch. I'm just trying to blow on it to get the alcohol to evaporate. So let's see. Yep, totally. Does not come off at all. So yes, you could alter or scribble or color or whatever you'd like with the alcohol markers on the luster paper. And if you haven't seen the luster paper, let me grab, please hold. Please hold. I'm looking for my sampler. Oh my goodness, it's got to be here, unless I have it, I might have it tucked away. Here it is. I thought I might have had it tucked away with the cruise samples that I've been working on, but here it is. So on that specialty paper page, this is one of the packages, and it is the new in colors, the 5 new in colors in. Do you see the luster shimmer on it? I think it's absolutely amazing. I'm like on my 3rd pack of this already because it's fabulous paper. Alrighty, just lay these out real quick so you can see those one more time. There was a 4th one. If you could see my mess over here, you would just think I'm the most unorganized person on the face of the earth. Okay, where'd it go? It's gone. Which one's missing? Which one is missing? Didn't I just lay them out? Didn't I have all, oh, those are these 3 horses. I know which one's missing, the silhouette one. Where did it go? Seriously? Can somebody just come clean up this mess for me? Uh-oh, now I hear a die. Okay, sorry, I don't know. How can it go that far? There's no way it can go that far. My room is not big. Anyway, so there we go. Yeah, it's somewhere. It's somewhere. All right, so now I'll just quickly show you, and then I'll let you go. The Timeless Charm. This is another bundle that we were able to pre-order this month as a demonstrator from the online exclusives, and you will be able to order it July 6th. I'll show you very quickly what I came up with so far, and these will be on my blog next week. Believe it or not, I was trying to do clean and simple. I'm not good at that. I just kept adding and adding and adding. So there we go. That's what I came up with real quickly for using the new Timeless Charm. Yes, Timeless Charm. And we will look at these closer next week. I just wanted to show you because you never know how quickly these online exclusives could possibly sell out. And I don't know. I mean, I'm just, you know, it's just possible. So it is, it's here. This is 162263 is the bundle. So we know that. And the One Horse Open Sleigh, we know this is coming from this flyer and the truck. And beyond that, Stampin' Up! Has asked that we not share from the exclusive demonstrator event. So that's what I have to share with you so far. And I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the tips. any questions about the online exclusives, the One Horse Open Sleigh, the missing card that has who knows where, I have no idea what happened to it. Why is it gone? How in the world can something 100% disappear? Found it! Where in the catalog is the luster paper? Let me show you. It's on the page that says specialty paper. So it's on this, I don't even know what to call this page. It's like the puzzle page, right? It's this here, number 9. It is the in color luster paper. So that is what I was using, the copper clay. That's what I was showing you. And then I've used the Moody Mauve on those flower cards I just showed you. I also use this a ton. I'm on like pack number 4 of this. And this is called the soft shimmer paper. It is Bubble Bath, Berry Burst, Night of Navy, Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock. And those, let me show you, are fabulous as well. They are white on the other side and super beautifully sparkly on the front. Yeah, this whole thing, very confusing. So if it confuses you, you are not the only one. You are so welcome, everybody. Any other questions on any of this? Oh, Anne, that's so cute. She says, "Oh, Patty, you make me want to chuck my to-do list and just go play with my Stampin' Up! Supplies." I feel like that every single day, Anne. But unfortunately, my to-do list is always really long. And I'll tell you, oh, well, never mind. You don't want to know. It doesn't matter. I'll show you, though. Let's look at some of these other papers on this page, because there's also this white center paper. There's another. There's this business, which I think that used to be from Celebration. I don't know. I think it is. My opinion is that it was Celebration paper. So there's also the in color, the ones that are retiring in a year, in color textured paper. This is double-sided and it has a texture like a fabric kind of a weave. So there's that pack on this page. There's the dazzle paper. There's white center paper. So this paper is in some of the new colors. And if you tear it, which, you know what? Like I almost, would it be horrible to tear this to show you? I'm going to do it so that we can look, because this paper is white. Look at that. Now I have a real life sample. This paper is white in the core. So in other words, they've put a color on the front and a color on the back of white paper. And the beauty is that when you tear it, you get that white paper that shows. So that's on this page as well. So that is the white center specialty paper. We looked at the shimmer paper and, oh, here. And then the luster paper. So there's more on this page as well, but those are the ones that I really wanted to call your attention to, because at first glance, it's kind of almost, doesn't it look like it's like the same pack repeated over and over, but it's not. So you have the luster, you have the shimmer, you have the white center, which now you're all going to go rip your paper, right? You have the dazzle and you have the textured, and they're all different packs, even though on that page, they kind of look similar. Be a rebel. Yeah, I think you're right, Anne. I don't think that this gold was in the Celebration pack, but I am like 90% sure this was part of Celebration. And then I think they've got the same thing, but in gold. And I do know that you can use blending brushes and Stampin' Blends to color on this. this is a little rough on your Stampin' Blends, so I would use blending brushes, but you can color this, you can spritz it, and you can change the color. So I do know that about that paper. Shimmer paper is unorderable at the moment. It's probably because I ordered a lot of it. Sorry. Thank you, John. Yes, the swatches, I've shown these several times. One of my team members, Melanie Hawken, does these for every new catalog, and I live by these things because I am constantly flipping through these to see what is in all of my papers. Let's see, what else? Oh, you were encouraging me to tear it, so I did. Okay, I did. You are most welcome, everybody. Patty Lowe. Did Patty have a question that I'm not seeing? Somebody was responding and I can't see the question, so I'm sorry. Something must have gone by that I can't see. So any other questions about the One Horse Open Sleigh, the specialty papers, the online exclusives, all the tips I shared with you today? Oh, hi, Val. We are just on the last 30 seconds, so feel free to watch the replay. I would love to have you watch the replay. Oh, this is blinding the camera. I just saw that. All right, so don't forget, just as a final reminder, go purchase your assorted cards and envelopes to get the 6 1/4 by 4 1/4 card bases so that you maximize your 6x6 papers. And don't forget to be online on July 6th to purchase the new online exclusives that are sure to be very popular. Just saying. Donna says, how do you get the online exclusives? Well, as a demonstrator, we got to pre-order early. That's why you see me with these products. Customers, July 6th, go to the online store, stampinup.com, and click on View All, and then it is in the drop-down menu, Online Exclusives. I will also have it linked on my blog on the 6th. So if you're a customer, feel free to just click on that link, and you will be able to shop directly. Anything else? You are welcome, everybody. Any other questions? I am so sorry we went so long today. I swear it felt like 10 minutes from start to but anyway. Does the truck punch match up with the Loads of Love stamp? Not that I know of, Luann. I'm pretty sure it does not. No, the truck punch is not on pre-order. So if it was, I would have it, Mary. It is part of the marketing materials that were given to us by Stampin' Up! To share with customers. All right. Oh, Val, you're sweet. She says, not long enough. You're so sweet. You're so kind. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a safe and happy holiday if you are in the U.S. celebrating Independence. Oh, I have something funny to show you. Hang on if you're still here. If you're celebrating Independence Day. And I will see you next week on July 7th for all the details on these cards that we looked at briefly. And this is so funny. So I just looked up and I saw this. All right, so I was making this card for a blog post, and I was using the Earthen Elegance with the masterfully made papers. I was mixing and matching, and I mounted this all together. This will be on my blog this Sunday, if you're looking for it, by the way. I mounted this whole card, and I opened it, and I went, what the heck? I must have already cut this down to use on some other project. And so the back half of my card is an inch shorter than the front. I just had to laugh. So I set it here just to show you so that you can laugh with me. So I think I'm just going to cut it at the fold and just remount it. But I was like, really? That's hysterical. That is so funny. I don't know. Sometimes you just got to laugh at yourself, right? But anyway, yeah, look for this one and lots of tips on Sunday for that. Yeah, LOL is absolutely right. Thank you, Jamie. So sweet of you. She said she loves watching my videos. You are so sweet. Thanks, Jeanne. Oh, thanks, Pat. She says she doesn't mind having me longer. Thank you, everybody. Thanks so much. Thank you, Patricia. Oh, you're all so sweet. You're so kind. So kind. All right. Well, I'm starving. I'm going to go make myself some lunch. and clean up. I really should take a picture of this desk. You all would just die if you saw the piles that are falling over everywhere. Anyway, thank you all so much. You're all so sweet, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.